Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 29th of August. That would be a Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get into the SPY. We'll start off here. As you can see, this morning they gapped up the SPY into the pre-market, and just before the market opened up in the pre-market, they got us up to 290.56. Well, that's all they wanted to go to today. And then after that, when the market opened up, was a little bit of volatility on the open, and then slowly we slid down below VWAP here, 5-minute pre-post market chart you're looking at. We came down to this 289.50 area, 289.40. They bounced us off that a little bit, pushed us back down, and then we retraced again to that 289.40 level. So that was kind of your lows in the market today. And then on the close, we moved right back up over that 290 spot. Not as high as we were in the pre-market this morning, but put a nice push into the close by the SPY here, and closed us positive on the SPY volume today on the SPY. 40, we'll call it 47 million shares on the SPY. So low volume continues in the afternoons for the SPY. And let's go ahead and get into some news that came out after the bell tonight. Not too much news. We had some earnings that came out as the market closed. The first one up is BOX, and BOX, they beat by a penny. They beat on revenues also, but the market didn't like something there, and so they're selling that one off in the after hours. HPE, this one moving up or holding its own in the after hours. Earnings per share beat by 6 cents. Revenue beat on HPE. TLRY, given shorts fits in the after hours. That stock came out with earnings. They popped it up, and as you can see, it's trading almost $60 on TLRY. So driving shorts crazy there. They rate the revenue rise of 95.2%. Now, this was a recent IPO, TLRY, so this is its first earnings report that came out tonight. They beat analysts' expectations, and this is a pot stock. And as you know, pot stocks have been very strong since CGC got that boost from Constellation Brands with that 4 billion input from Constellation Brands. So anyway, CGC is moving up in after hours on TLRY's earnings. CRON ticking up a little bit. IGC not doing too much in the after hours, but Crone and CGC moving up in the after hours in sympathy to TLRY on their earnings beat in the after hours tonight. Let's get and scroll through. We had NCS. They had earnings come out tonight. That stock is moving up. They beat by 3 cents, beat on revenue. OOMA beat by a penny, beat on revenue. Crude oil numbers, the API crude oil numbers came out after the bell tonight. USO ticking down a little bit, not much reaction to it. Was a build in the crude oil numbers, and then tomorrow we at 10:30 we get the EIA oil numbers, so stay tuned. Keep an eye on your oil for tomorrow. We also had Roku dropping a little bit in the after hours tonight on a report that Amazon plans for ad-supported Fire TV streaming circulating. So that moving Roku down in the after hours tonight. All this news courtesy of the Trade Exchange. Built for traders by traders. As you can see, some top insider purchases came out after hours tonight. LGCY is the one that stands out there. It's a small little oil stock, LGCY. Keep your eye on that one with that insider purchase of looks like over 60,000 shares at 529 on LGCY. Let's see if there's anything going on with that one in the after hours. Not really on that. So that's the news from the Trade Exchange. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets today. First thing we'll look at is the VIX, and the VIX today was up almost 3% on the VIX with that 12 handle. Now, still very complacent. You're looking at a weekly chart of the VIX. This is the market volatility index. As you can see, we have that 12 handle. We are still below, a lot of moving averages here on the weekly. On the daily chart, you haven't made much progress at all on the VIX. So still very complacent out there. We're waiting to see if Canada is going to get on board with the U.S. and Mexico for the NAFTA agreement. So far, not hearing good comments in that regard from Trudeau, the Prime Minister. So we'll see what happens in the future days ahead. China and the U.S. still in negotiations, I guess. Are they talking? Are they not talking? China and the U.S. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. The IYR, the REITs ETF, was up 1% today. XBI, the mid-cap biotech's up over 0.5% today. IBB was up about 0.5% today. Retailers were getting some buying today, up about 0.5% for the day. SMH had some continuation, but not a big day for the markets at all. Things are up, 0.5% or a fraction of a percent. If we go ahead and look at the NASDAQ composite, we were up 12 for the NASDAQ. The Dow Jones Industrials were up 14 there. The S&P 500 basically up fractionally for the day on the S&P 500. Some things that were to the downside today. Oils took a hit. OIH down almost 1%. That's the services, such names as Schlumberger, Halliburton, Rig. They're in the oil services sector. So that was down almost 1%. As you can see, the XOP, the oil and exploration ETF, was down almost a little over 0.5%. TLT was down. So when the TLT moves down, the bond yield moves up. That's usually good for banks. Let's see, light sweet crude oil today trading at $68.53. So we're still above that $65 a barrel level, but down a little bit today. Other than that, that's pretty much Turkey was down fractionally today. The Turkish ETF, XLF, was down fractionally, even with the bond yields moving up. The banks were down today. So that's some of your markets from today. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY real fast. So, a narrow day today after records yesterday, and they pushed us higher this morning. Then we gave some back, but then towards the close, they pushed us back up to the positive side on the SPY. Once again, on the light side with the volume, about 47 million shares as we go into the Labor Day weekend. Don't forget, this weekend coming up is a 3-day weekend. Markets are closed next Monday. Friday is a full day, but I doubt it's going to be a very busy day on Friday, especially after the morning into the weekend this as we get closer to Labor Day. QQQ, let's take a look at that. Holding up well. IBB was moving up today, making a new high, I believe, on the IBB. Let's check the weekly. Yep. Well, let's see what this number is right here, 120.06. So we got up to 120.27. So the IBB was making new highs, new all-time highs. The XBI still has some work to do. The Dow Jones 30 stocks, they're still under their all-time highs. The all-time high was 26,616. And we're at 26,604, so just under that for the Dow Jones 30. All right, so the markets for today, the Dow, the IBB. We'll take a quick look at the SMH. Forgot to do that. The SMH holding up well under that 110 area for the SMH. NVIDIA holding its own there. Citron came out saying, not today, but earlier, was last week, I believe, saying that NVIDIA should be getting a $200 spot on it. It's overvalued and whatnot, but NVIDIA continues to push higher. Qualcomm was strong today. Qualcomm had a very nice day today on that name. Qualcomm, they did a tender offering, so I guess that's working out well for them. So Qualcomm moved up nice and steady throughout the day. today. So let's go ahead and get into the watch list. AFMD will be on our watch list again for tomorrow. We got a couple of, actually one really nice trade in AFMD today. So we traded that today. It'll be back on watch for tomorrow. Also, we traded a couple of times today. AWX, one in the towards the close. We got this move in AWX. We caught this for about a 30-cent gain on that one. We also got a trade in Walmart today. Had a call activity in the name, so we got a nice push up in Walmart today. CVM was very good to us today. It got over this 195 area and moved up nicely. So that was a trade that we did in the service today. Riot gave us a trade, RIOT, as Bitcoin was moving up today. So Riot gave us a good trade. So quite a few good trades today. And then in the afternoon, like I said, we got that AWX trade, and that was pretty much it. As far as Bitcoin, I should bring that chart over. You might want to keep some of these cryptocurrency stocks on watch now, because Bitcoin has held that 6,000 handle. They're starting to get it back over the 50 SMA here on Bitcoin. So some of, like I said, some of the cryptocurrency stocks were moving up, names such as Riot and Mara. So those will be on watch again for tomorrow. Mara, Riot, NETE was popping up also today. Not a nice chart here. Has a lot of work to do, but this one will be on watch. But not in love with that by any means. Another one that'll be on watch for tomorrow, AMRN. Now this is a biotech name. Got 4 million shares came into the name today on this daily chart you're looking at. Let's look at it in the after hours. As you can see, had a strong day all day today. AMRN has about that 305 area it needs to get above, so we'll have that on watch. ARQL had a good day today, up 800,000 shares came into that one. We'll see if there's any kind of continuation. CVM, like I said, we traded this in the service today. It pushed up nicely. 4 million shares came into this. It has that 250 number up ahead, maybe a little bit ahead of itself here right now. Gurn did not get a trade in this one today, but they pushed this one up on Friday last week. Then we get the inside day here, and then today dip buyers showed up around that $5 level and pushed it back up. 16, almost 17 million shares. So Gurn will be on my watch. Gevo perking up a little bit today, trying to get up over this 425 spot. Volume still a little bit light on it on Gevo. Here was the intraday action on it. A slow move paced to the upside. Didn't really yield any trades in it, just too slow and methodical. But we'll see if it wants to make a move tomorrow. HTGM got above that $4 level for the first time in a long time. So this one will be on watch. 2 million shares. You see the expanding volume here coming into HTGM. ICHR, this is a semiconductor name, has that $26 area up ahead. The high today was 25.48, so maybe over that 25.50 area. Watch this one intraday, 1.5 million. LEJU trying to get up over that $2 area. We had a recent high back here of 214. So if this can get clear of 205, you might get that push up on LEJU. Volume just under a million shares. LLNW basing under that $5 area. We were up above it once before. If we can clear it again on LLNW, 1.1 million shares. Keep an eye on that one. Mara we spoke about already. PXLW had a very good day. Strong candle here, 2 million shares. Held most of the gains. There's that $5 number showing up again. So keep an eye on this PXLW. Another semiconductor name. PayPal having a very nice day today. Could possibly see, that break of recent highs up here at 91.32. Keep this one on watch. Square was very strong today also. The folks in my service, we're still long this from $57 a share on Square back in May and April. So we're just letting this one run. As you can see, it's trending up So Square having another good day today. So keep an eye on PayPal. RIGL had a good pop today, 10.5 million shares, but still under the 200 SMA, that 350 mark. But you know that you got to start somewhere. So we're above the 10, the 5, the 50. So keep an eye on RIGL. Riot, like we said, this one will be on watch if the crypto Bitcoin keeps moving up. SSC kind of had a pullback day today, but we held around that $4 area on SSC. We do have kind of a gap fill here around 390 or so on SSC. So keep an eye on this one. Maybe they reverse it if it can get back up through 4 on an intraday basis. TEUM, now this is a cryptocurrency play. This one had 3 million shares come in. It's been popping, it pulled back, been hanging around that 250 area. They turned it up today. The highs today, 279, maybe 285. Can get this one going for the break of 3. Now intraday though, you know, it's not the easiest trader. As you can see, it doesn't get a lot of volume and force during the intraday, but we'll have it on watch. Maybe a better swing trader in that one. Teva had unusual call activity in Teva today, so this one moved up a little bit, 10 million shares, has that 24 number up ahead and also the 10 SMA, so that'll be on watch. Might not happen tomorrow, but over the next few days. TTPH, nice move up, 7 million shares. This one had a high today of 361. We closed at 352. So this one will be on watch for tomorrow. Good expanding volume there. VKTX, we had a recent high of about 1190 or so. I'm thinking if this can clear 1175, 1180, we might get that turn and push up. 1.1 million shares today. And then lastly, Walmart had call option activity in Walmart today and also last week, I believe. So Walmart, nice move up and holding above that 96 level on WMT. As you see, after earnings, they gapped it up. They got it up near that 100. They pushed it back to about the 95 area, held the 13 EMA here, the dotted purple line you see. The high today was 96.35. So this one looks good for a possible swing trade. Keep your eye on Walmart. All right, that's your watch list for Wednesday, the 29th of August. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com.